We're back. We're live. Week 6, Rockin' Bears. What do you think? Man, some good games last week, some upsets.
Yeah.
What was your big one from last week?
Oh man, too many to mention. Keep going. I didn't have a very good week.
My favorite game was the Cowboys last week, running over the G-Men. G-Men got a lot of injuries. Sad to see that happen because I never cheered for that, but I definitely like the Cowboys' convincing fashion. All right, this week, starting us off tonight, Thursday night, Tampa Tom, TV Tom, headed to Philly, the city of brotherly love. Philly's +7 at home, Rock. What do you think?
Well, here's the thing. Tampa's 2 cornerbacks, they're on IR, so they got Sherman. Okay, now is Sherman going to be able to cover Devontae Smith? Tampa's 32nd in the league versus the pass. If this one doesn't have upset smell written all over it, I'm going with the dog. I'm taking Philly outright.
I also am on the board with Philly. I think 7's is quite a bit. You know, Tom is 0-10 against the spread on Thursday night in his last 10 games. And this season, Tampa, they're 4-1, but they're 2-3 against the spread. So when it comes to a lot of points, that seems to be the kryptonite for Tampa. So I like Philly getting 7. They're also 2-3 against the spread. So the same record against the spread. So they like the points.
Alrighty.
Moving on. Miami going to Jacksonville. Battle in Florida. Jacksonville's getting 3.5 at home, Rock. What do you think?
Well, gosh, man, they got to win sooner or later. They're thinking about playing Tua, but why? They're 1-4. So they're going to play the backup is Brissett.
Brissett, yeah.
Yes.
Brissett.
Who's not that?
Yeah.
Jackson's due to win. I'm going to take him.
I'm also taking him. I think Jacksonville at home, they had a good game last week. You know, they gave it away, and they've had a long week to rest a little bit. So I like them at home. They have a chip on their shoulder. I think they're ready to get their first win. And I don't think Miami should play Tua. I think, let's go ahead and make sure he's healthy. Don't force him back in because he's the franchise quarterback for them.
So far.
So I don't think they should rush him in.
Alrighty.
All right, moving on. Minnesota going to Carolina. Minnesota -1. They're a favorite on the road here. Carolina's hosting them. What do you think?
Well, the Vikes are 2-3. They're number 2 in sacks. And our Carolina, they don't have McCaffrey. I think the Vikings could be 4-0 or 4-1 at least. Anyway, I'd take the Vikes.
All right, I think the Vikes are too beat up. Dalvin Cook's, he's been injured. McKisson is also questionable. They have their injury list. There's a lot of what ifs, which makes me think what if. I think Carolina without McCaffrey, without Christian, they've been getting the job done still. They've been missing him, but they haven't been nothing without him. So I like them at home. Win outright, Rock. So moving on.
All right.
Up north, NFC battle. Green Bay going to the Bears. The Bears +4.5 at home. Rock, what do you think?
Well, Montgomery went down. Damian Williams was taken over. He's COVID. He's out.
Okay.
So the Bears will not have a running game. Justin Fields is going to have to be pretty good. That's a 4.5-point line. I got the Packers winning by 10.
All right, I agree. I think Packers are going to win. The Chicago defense really has to step up or it's going to be a big loss because I don't think they can hang in a shootout with Aaron. I think Packers will win by 7 at least.
Right.
So we're on the same page there. Houston Texans and a South battle with Indianapolis. Indianapolis, kind of gave the game away. It wasn't really their fault, but Indianapolis is at home giving 10 points to Houston. Rock, what do you think about that?
Okay, I saw that Colts game, and the Colts rushed Lamar really well. They had every business winning that game. I'll talk about Baltimore later at 4-1, but I think 10's too many. Last week, Mills was 21 for 29 with 3 touchdowns for Houston. 10's just too darn many. Colts win by 3-6.
I agree. I think Houston's gonna maybe even get the outright upset, but 10's way too many.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're thinking. Indianapolis, they were running the ball great last week, but Houston played Patriots close, and Patriots defense is much better than Indianapolis's. So I think Houston will be able to keep up with Indianapolis.
I'm with you.
All right, moving on to the rest of the afternoon. The Los Angeles Rams. They are gonna horn up against the Giants. Giants at home, not getting 9.5. Rock, what do you think?
They say that Daniel Jones was on the field today. He still hasn't passed protocol yet. Lennon didn't look too bad. I mean, but still, you're playing the Rams. You're getting 9.5. I think they want to put them away, win by 13 for the Rams.
I agree. I think Rams are going to make a statement. I even have on my sheet win by 21. Because the Giants, they're just too beat up.
All right.
Danny's head,
Yeah.
Saquon's ankle was the size of a softball.
One good hit and he's done for the season.
Galladay left the game early. So who do they have left? Nobody.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, moving on. Kansas City going to Washington. Kansas City is almost a touchdown favorite here. Washington, they're at home getting 6.5. Rock, what do you think?
Well, what we all thought was this Washington defense. Well, they're ranked 27th in the league.
Yes.
They played some good teams. The Chiefs are a little angry, upset. The line 6.5. The Chiefs win by 17.
All right, a big win. I agree. I think Washington's defense, like you said, 27th.
Yeah.
They're giving up 31 points a game, which is not a winning formula against Pat. Patrick Mahomes has been kind of cold, giving the ball away a lot, but I also think at the same time he's due for a big game, and I think this is going to be the one. All right, Cincinnati Bengals are going to roar over to the Lions. Are they going to roar back? Getting 3.5 at home, Rock. What do you think?
Well, Burrows and Chase, by the end of the year, are going to be in the top 3 single quarterback
They have a good connection.
reception area.
Okay.
Detroit at 3.5. They just don't know how to win. Part of it's Goff. I'm going to take Cincinnati to cover the 3.5. It's going to be. That's a tough pick, but I'm going with Cincy.
All right, so the Detroit Lions are 3-2 against the spread, so they happen to keep they play people close.
Okay.
But I don't think this game is going to be close if both Joes play. Joe Burrow with his poked throat, we don't know how serious that is. It might be hype, and Joe Mixon's questionable with a hamstring, I think.
They'll be giving hand signals for the plays. You never know. All right.
But as long as both Joes play, I think it's a win for a convincing win for the Bengals.
All right, here we go.
All right, a big game. The last game, probably the most important game in the morning. The Chargers going to Baltimore. Baltimore 4-1 at home. Minus only 2.5. Rock. What do you think?
I think this is a freaking blowout. I think Baltimore is terrible. They are 28th against the pass. The Colts' offensive line blocked well for Wentz, and they rushed Lamar really well. They should have won that game. I've got the Chargers winning this by at least 10.
Right, I agree. I had the Chargers big.
Yeah.
I think Lamar, there's an undisclosed injury for him. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if that means anything. But Chargers are healthy. They're charged up. They're hot on a roll. And I think they're going to win outright. I don't even need the points. Money line, dog. All right. The first game of the afternoon. The Cardinals. Are they going to chirp over Cleveland? Or is Cleveland going to be barking at home -3? Rock, what do you think?
Well, reading the injury list today, which isn't valid because it's Thursday, Hunt and Chubb are both questionable. Clowney and Myles Garrett are both questionable. There's their defense right there. Kyler's hard to stop. I gotta think these guys are going to lose sooner or later. Having picked Cleveland for the Super Bowl, I'm taking Zona to take them out.
All right, I like Zona as well. They're getting 3, which kind of has me thinking twice. But I think Baker's been hit or miss this year. And without Jarvis, him and Odell aren't really clicking. The 2 backs are kind of beat up, questionable, but they'll probably play, see limited reps. But DeAndre Hopkins, he's to be determined, and he's really been the main ball catcher for Kyler. But I like Arizona to get the upset, even with, their questionables there.
Alrighty.
All right, in the afternoon, the Cowboys going to see the Patriots. The Patriots at home in Foxborough in the afternoon, getting 3.5 against the Cowboys. Rock, what do you think?
Well, I think Dallas is on a roll, and I think the Patriots are a pretty good team. Bill's a pretty good coach, but they don't have the muscle. Cowboys will probably win that one by 10.
Going to that game by 10? I think so. I agree. That's what the stats say. Wait.
One thought. Who's going to have more touchdowns, interceptions? Diggs on Dallas or Diggs on Buffalo? Will the Dallas Diggs have more picks than the other Diggs has touchdowns? I'm going for our Diggs on Dallas. He's got 7 already, right? Or 8?
I think at least a game, at least a pick in every game. So at least 5, if not
more
2
than
in
that.
2
6.
games.
Yeah,
at least 6 or 7.
All right, yeah,
but a lot. Impressive numbers.
It'd be great to see 2 brothers play each other in the Super Bowl. That would be
That
cool.
is actually a possibility.
Yes, it is.
The Cowboys are averaging 34 points per game, and New England has only been averaging 19 points a game. So that tells me win by 10. New England's defense is tough, but this is a test. I haven't seen an offense like the Cowboys.
No.
The Cowboys have been pretty explosive this year, and I think they need this non-divisional game to make a statement and for the rest of the NFL and go ahead and move on to 5-1. So I think they really want this one on the road, Rock.
Okay.
All right, the last afternoon game, Las Vegas. No Chucky. Going to Denver in Mile High. It's always hard traveling there. The Broncos have lost 2 games in a row, dropping from 3-0. They're at home giving the Raiders 3.5. Rock, what do you think?
Well, Carr had a very, very good first 3 games. He was ranked real high with, 380 yards a game and all this great quarterback rating. In the last couple games, of course, he's playing that Bears defense. And the coach is gone. I'm going to save my comments for sticks and stones. It's a shame, and we can leave it at that. A real shame. I think that they fall apart. I think Denver wins by at least 7.
All right, I disagree. I think Las Vegas is going to rally. Denver, Teddy might be back. I don't think he has his concussion anymore. I don't know if that's enough. Las Vegas's defense is pretty sneaky good, and their offense, when they're clicking, they're clicking. So I'll take the upset here.
Right.
Maybe 1-1 for Chucky.
Win one for Chucky.
All right.
There'll probably be some Chucky dolls there. So you know how crazy the Raider fans are.
They're crazy.
There'll be some Chuckies.
All right. Sunday night football. Seattle Seahawks without Russell until December. Going to see Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben might as well be on the bench as well, in my opinion, this season. Pittsburgh -5 at home hosting Seattle. Rock, what do you think?
Geno Smith's been waiting for this day since 2018. He actually's getting the reps all week. He had some pretty sterling, really sharp passes. Everyone thinks Seattle doesn't have a chance. Claypool's a little banged up. Pittsburgh's a little banged up. And Seattle's got a terrible defense. But I'm going to go with Seattle to win it.
I agree. I'm on the upset as well. Geno looked good and he had a couple really good drives. He had the 1 interception at the end of the game. Seattle really had a chance there for a minute, even with the backup. I thought once Russell went down, they were done for in that game. But Pittsburgh, they're too limited in the pass. They have no Juju. He's out. Claypool's questionable. Ben hasn't looked very sharp this year. The game is really on Najee Harris's back. And I don't know if being one-dimensional you can beat Seattle, even though their defense kind of stinks. So I like Seattle to go ahead and to make an upset here. So we're the same on that. 2 upsets for us on Sunday night. The final game, Monday Night Football. Buffalo. Is the Herd going to stomp all over the Titans? Or are the Titans going to have a Monday Night Football miracle? Rock, what do you think?
Well, Tennessee's getting 5.5. Julio Jones is back. A.J. Brown is back. Tanny has had a marginal so far. Unfortunately, they're playing Buffalo. I'm not sure if Buffalo is better than the Chargers. One of those two will be going to the Super Bowl. It's probably going to be Buffalo. Buffalo's going to just show everyone on Monday night that they're going to clobber these guys 35-10.
I agree. I think Buffalo big here. 5.5 isn't enough. It's a 10-point game. They're better on both sides of the ball. They have a really good defense. They haven't had the best opponents yet, but they've made examples out of everybody they played against on the defensive side. And what Josh Allen has over Herbert, mentioning those 2 quarterbacks, is wheels.
And you saw him. He ran 4 times. He ran that 1 touchdown right up the middle.
Walked it.
He's not a fancy schmancy guy like Lamar, who's going to hold the ball out and fumble. He's what, 6'4", 235 or 240?
He's stout.
He's a large man.
Yes.
He's a large man. Yeah, I'm going to think Buffalo. I had picked the Rams, but you know what? I'm going to go with the Cowboys. So the Cowboys and Buffalo. And remember this: Buffalo's lost 4 Super Bowls to the Cowboys back in the days of Jim Kelly. So, they won 2 with Jimmy. One with Behr.
They've ever won.
No, Buffalo and Minnesota have never won a Super Bowl. I think there's a few others in there, but I'm 71. I forgot all that stuff.
Yeah, you were alive from Super Bowls. I wasn't.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to Week 6 Rockin' Bears. What do you think? Be sure to like and subscribe, and tune in next week for Week 7. Good night, y'all.